Yo, 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 it's your boy Casual Rail with the Silent Day Podcast. And man, we back with another one. And a quick one at that. Yeah, it's been a little minute, a little time off. No excuses here. We back at it. Bringing that casual boxing talk to the Casual Boxing Network of Silent Day Podcast. And your boy Casual Rail bringing it to you live and direct. And we're starting right off with December the 21st, 2024. With your boy Orlando Uysk taking on Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. That's right, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and Orlando Uysk getting him back on December 21st, 2024 to round out this year. This is the follow-up on pretty much could be considered one of the Fight of the Year contenders. Shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh for bringing this back to us. Shout out to Turkey to making these boys fight. Shout out to Turkey to making all these fighters fight at every weight class and try to make it happen. We find out who's ducking, who doesn't want any smoke, and who really does want to fight and be great. Of course, they want to get paid and compensated, and that's what Turkey's bringing to the table. But more importantly, even with the payment, as we've seen in some cases with your boy Boots Ennis, we'll find out who really wants to be great and who doesn't, even with the money's on the table or not. But again, shout out to Turkey for making this happen, working with all the promoters across all networks. Obviously, this is going to be broadcast on the Zone, but still working with those other networks, other promoters to make these big fights happen. Anyways, back to the primary discussion here. Orlando Uysk taking on Tyson Gypsy King Fury. This is going to be one hell of a fight and one hell of a chess match. As we already heard from Tyson Fury through their interviews and one-on-ones and face-to-face that he is saying that Orlando Uysk is going to be fucked in this fight because he's going to implement the correct game plan, his correct boxing game plan to make Usyk stay at bay. And more importantly, Fury's not going to get comfortable. And on the outside looking in, you start looking at it from the first thought. You think that is the right game plan. He's 6'9", hell of a reach, damn near 80-something reach. And it's actually what helped him beat Wilder and wear Wilder out and a couple other fighters, Francis Ngannou. But in this case, I hate to say it, it's actually the perfect game plan to get his ass beat. Why do I say that? Because you don't go out and try to outbox the better boxer. Usyk is the better boxer. See, a lot of us get confused because Fury's been outboxing these other heavyweights and guys with no skill. Come on, he outboxed Wilder, but come on, who can't outbox Wilder? Wilder clearly started the game late, didn't have the boxing skill set. He outboxed Dillian White, meaning Tyson Gypsy King Fury. Dillian White also was a late starter in boxing. He beat Chisora by boxing, clearly knocked him out, but Chisora was slow, worn out, battle torn. He tried to outbox Francis Ngannou. He did until he got clipped, and arguably some think he lost that fight. Now, we thought he obviously, here on our show, think Fury did win that fight, but it was closer than what it should have been. Fury is a big man, 6'9", averaging about 270 pounds. We get confused and think that he is a great boxer because he's been fighting these guys with the low boxing IQ and skill set. That's who we've been comparing him against. In this case, we are now got to compare him against a better boxer. Whether you want to agree or disagree, Usyk is a better boxer. Smaller fighter, 6'4", about 230, 240 pounds. Good leg movement, and that is the key right there, the leg movement. Tyson Fury's legs are gone. All that weight he's been carrying, and you can see him in the ring. His legs are gone. His shoulder work and his head movement, that's still pretty good. That's one of the few last things to go, but the legs are gone. His knees are shot. He looks like a damn ostrich out there. He's shot because he's carrying around all that weight. He's a big man. He does not have the footwork to move around like he needs to. But more importantly, even with that footwork, Usyk is just a pure boxer. A boxer puncher at that, who came up from cruiserweight, making his bones at heavyweight. Why would you play into the hands of the smaller fighter who would like for you to box, who also is a boxer himself and a boxer puncher who wants to pick shots and now has confidence in himself? He knows he can hurt you. with the right placement, the right footwork to get inside, wear the body down a little bit. He knows he's not going to kill you at the body, but enough to get you thinking to get some more headshots in, because now it's clear Tyson the Gypsy King Fury is worn, chinny, and I hate to even say a little shocked. Tyson has been through some good wars, put on some good fights for us. He had the trilogy with Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. That is a hell of a fight to go against a man punching like that. You get knocked down 4 times, one of them being many of us thought you were really knocked out, should have been called, but you picked yourself off the canvas, finished the fight, got a draw, came back, beat the hell out of Wilder in the second fight, but then took more punishment in the third fight with Wilder. Still won and knocked him out, but it took a lot out of you. In fact, it took a lot out of both men. Follow that up, you fight Dillian White, Chisora, a little bit lighter touchers, but some decent punchers. But then you go into the Francis Ngannou fight thinking that's going to be a good one-off, forgetting that Ngannou was a heavy puncher. No matter what craft that he's in, MMA, PFL, you name it. I mean, MMA is PFL, PFL is, UFC, all the same thing. But whether it's MMA or boxing, the man can punch. He's known as one of the hardest punchers, in the fight era of the modern fight era. And you've arguably taken on 2 of the hardest punchers, one in boxing, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and you take on Francis Ngannou, and you're getting clipped, hit, and put down by these men. That is attrition. You're getting worn. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because it clearly shows when Usyk clipped Fury in that 9th round, it's arguable to say that was the most hurt we've probably seen Fury since the first Deontay Wilder fight. By a smaller heavyweight, less punching power, or perceived less punching power than the other 2. Fury's getting chipped up, he's getting broken down, and he's had too many wars at this case, and too many wars on himself. His body's taking too much punishment. Being such a large man, dropping so much weight just to get back in the sport, keeping it off. It's a lot to ask for a man of his magnitude to take on such an incredible fighter. This is probably the best, not even possibly, this is the best boxer he's ever faced. Even better than Klitschko. Klitschko was a hell of a fighter. He was more of a boxer, puncher, true puncher at that, who had a great jab. But as far as the movement, IQ, Usyk is one of the best to ever do it. Especially from cruiserweight to now heavyweight. It's hard to take on those smaller guys who can actually take punches, move around. Now we can argue that Usyk's body is a little weaker than others, and Dubois probably did knock out Usyk with the body shot, but that's neither here and there. We're talking about in the ring now. Fury, Usyk, the better boxer is Usyk, and you're saying you're going to go into a boxing match with the better boxer. Might be okay with your attributes, but with that said, you're lining yourself up for even more punishment. We believe the best way that Fury can win is by imposing those attributes, but fighting as the big man about 60% of the time, and then mix it up to box. I think he has to implement both. And who says that he isn't? He might be playing mind games and getting in Usyk's mind and making him think one thing and another. But to really truly win this fight, he has to mix it up, big man him and box him. 60% big man, 40% box, just to confuse him. The big manning of him will let Usyk know that, hey, you can't move me around. I'm gonna get you tired. I'm gonna get on the inside. I'm gonna wear you out. I'm gonna not let you get your shots off to wear me out. Or even better so, clip me again like you did in the 9th round. I believe that is the path to victory for Fury. But with that said, I don't think he is going to implement that. I don't think he can really implement that, nor do I think he even wants to fight that way. I think he's all in or nothing. He's either going to box or he's going to just sit down. It's one or the other. I don't believe he likes to mix it up. Clearly he can. He's a great boxer, great fighter. But I think he's going to leave himself susceptible He's going to get confused of why he cannot outbox Usyk and then try to sit down purely, get clipped, get rocked, get dropped in about the 7th round, and get stopped about the 8th round. I think the war of attrition has finally worn on Tyson Gypsy King Fury, and this is about it. I believe he will get stopped. This is our first call for that. He will get stopped. I mean, TKO, not knocked out. I don't think any man can. It takes a lot to knock out Tyson Fury. But I think this time, the third time's a charm, that he will get that TKO stoppage called by the ref. Too much punishment going on. And Usyk will now know how to stop him. Usyk, mind you, now has the confidence. Not only can he take take Fury's shots, he now knows he can hurt him. And what I was mentioning about AJ it's the same thing when Usyk fought AJ. In the first fight, he was a little tentative, but then he finished it up, beat him, built that confidence with AJ. Now I know I can take AJ's shots. And in the second fight, in the rematch there, he brought the fight to AJ and had him hurt towards the end. It's the confidence level that he has now in that rematch. And even though Fury says he does good in rematches, look at what Usyk does when he's collected the data he's needed against his opponent. He knows he can hurt you. And vice versa. I mean, Fury's pretty sure he can hurt Usyk and is going to try. But there's nothing more dangerous than the better boxer knowing, especially the smaller, better boxer, knowing that he can hurt the big fighter. Knowing that he has the better legs, the better stamina, the better movement, and the better IQ. I'm not saying Tyson Fury is bad or trash. I'm just saying better is better, even if it's a 0.2 better. He now knows he has that edge over Fury, and it's going to work to the bone to make sure he can implement it and bring it out during the fight. Either way, that's our thoughts. TKO stoppage, rounds 8 through 9. If that doesn't happen, if it doesn't happen by the 9th round, it'll be a unanimous decision this time for Usyk. We're going to put a little bit on that TKO stoppage, but I just don't think Fury has it to beat Usyk. I think this matchup is his worst nightmare. Styles make fights, and I don't think there's a style for Fury. Great fighter, great champion, put on good fights. I believe the war of attrition has gotten to him. His legs are gone. His heart's still there, for shit sure. His heart is still there. Chin never been there, Fury getting dropped by everybody, but his heart, I believe, is the only thing remaining. In his mouth, because he's always going to talk something. I think this is Usyk's time. He'll beat Fury. TKO stoppage, if not, it'll be unanimous decision. And I also believe this is the last time we see Fury, unless they can convince some walk-off fight between him and AJ, to wrap it up. Both of them took losses and try to just get a last money fight. But in that case, I honestly would rather see AJ versus Wilder. But that's for another discussion. We've talked too long on this topic, man. It's your boy Casual Real with the Sunday Podcast. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you're going to think. Let us know what you think. I'm sorry. And again, we trade off opinions here, man. We just let you know what we think from our opinion. Casual talk. It's your boy Casual Real with the Sunday Podcast, man. Until the next time, peace.